Post-match interview here at Thame United following today's 3-1 win over Thame United. James, I put in my sort of end of match tweet, we've beaten a side that's got playoff aspirations, but I felt that we were really good value for the win today as well.
Yeah, we really were, Lee, and I think apart from the goal, it must have only been a minute in, I think.
I think it was three minutes.
Okay,
yeah,
so 3 minutes into the game, I think we played fantastically well for the other 87 plus minutes. And we didn't play bad the first 3 minutes. I think it was just a great strike, actually. A long range strike was a great goal for them. But no, I think we played excellently, you know, the lion's share of that game. We knew obviously what threat there'd be. Some of the players up front with their experience, their level, some of the players up top have played previously, and the two young lads, Weddy and Dan at centre half stay, they were outstanding, and they really did deal with pretty much anything that came their way, which is a credit to them too. But the whole team really was fantastic. Yeah, they did a great performance. Yeah, and I think it would have been a real shame if we didn't pick anything up after that first 3 minutes conceding.
Dave, obviously you're thinking going behind after 3 minutes could be a long afternoon for us, but we thoroughly dominated the first half, and really it was, well, I don't know how we went in at half time not having been at least level, because we created lots of chances. As I say, Thame probably had our best chance of the first half, which maybe he should have scored, but the first half performance had absolutely everything but the end product, whereas I felt the second half we got our rewards for playing some decent stuff but also taking our chances as well.
Yeah, you're right. As I said at half time about that, you know, we've put some great balls in, but we also in the first half we had situations where all three were going in the same place, as in the three attackers, they were all going near, and then we clipped to the back post, you had nobody there. Timmy's, you know, the first rule of heading the ball usually is to head it downwards, and he just headed it. I mean, if he puts any angle on it at all, he scores. And he's had a good game, scored 2 today, but he should have had a hat-trick. He should have set 2 more up. You know, let's be critical. He could have done far more, and yet they struggle to handle him all game. He's had a real good game, but he's just not. He's got to start lifting his head up. But so first half, he should have levelled it. But some of the movement and stuff in the first half was great. It's just we've put a few things in place in the last few weeks. Just to get people into the right areas that we are for defending corners, attacking corners, and we look far better for the defensive side of it. And we said at half time, they actually didn't do what we asked them to do in the first half, because it was 2 or 3 crosses, and then the crosses at times they're the same rules for them where they should be. And if someone comes in the back post, we've probably got 2 or 3 great opportunities, and yet 3 times there was nobody there. So you're right, we've done that and dominated. And I just felt, I actually said if we equalise, we'll win. You know, they could have in games like this, they could break and score, but we had them pinned for so long a game, you know, and in the end they were just looking to break out. I think JJ makes one save in the second half, doesn't he?
Yeah, they had a couple of half chances, but I always felt that we were the side in the ascendancy, and I felt like we had some decent pace down the flanks today to hurt them on both sides, I felt.
Yeah, agreed. And we know we've got it from Timmy, we know we've got it from Raf, and the 2 boys that come on, been looking to get, we didn't get Sonny on last week, we got it on today, we're really pleased with that.
He looked decent, yeah.
Yeah, how well he's played. And Randy took a minute or 2 to get moving, but then he started to cause them problems as well. So it's quite nice to have a side with, you know, full of pace. It's not normally our biggest attribute, and now all of a sudden we've got that, and we've got that threat. And I think if I don't know what their talk was and what their players think, but they look like they struggled with that all day. You know, and the last thing you wanted was 10 in space running at you or Raf, and again we just changed it. And then you looking at Adam was looking like he was back to his best today, getting down the line with some pace, and he needed he's missed a great opportunity, by the way, he's a straight keeper, but he's needed to create and set a goal up, which he did, and that'll massively, you know, increase his confidence.
Skip, we've talked a lot about the attacking side of the game, which was very good today, but when you're looking at the team sheet and you see the likes of Jefferson Louis up front, and obviously Ty Deacon is quite a physical presence as well, and Dan and Weddy have sort of come together as a partnership in the last 2 or 3 games due to injuries. But I think I chose Simo as man of the match today, but he was run pretty close by Weddy and Dan Carey, I felt.
I think you look at everybody who's played that today, you could have chose any one of them as man of the match. We was asking on the bench towards the end, who would you choose, and you've got 5-6 different answers. Yeah. The fact you got it wrong, that's down to yourself. No, Simo was quality. Simo was quality, but yeah, that's Dan Carey's best game for us by quite a distance.
It was a really sweet strike, that goal as well.
Well, a guy that tall, the physical presence needs to be there, and he's a footballing centre half, which is fine. But sometimes you've got to have a bit of physicality. You've got to let the striker know that you're about. And I think from the word go, yeah, he's got in amongst them, and he's grown in confidence, because I think there was a lot of talk from Dave in the pre-match regarding the 2 strikers, regarding their physicality, regarding their threat, etc., and what we were going to expect. And he's matched it, and then Weddy's just played real well alongside him. The 2 fullbacks are tucked in, they've done really well as well. Gave us a platform. I have to say, after 3 minutes and they scored a goal, after we'd had quite a good start, I was a bit concerned, thinking this could be a long afternoon, but I don't think we looked back. And it's all started from the back 4 and how they played, and young JJ behind them, and very good. And then, yeah, some of the passages of play in front was superb. And I mean, they looked a very big physical side, but I think we matched them all over.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I was just going to say that particularly when we've played here in the past, set pieces have always been a big factor in their performance against us, and I felt the lad Louis up front, who has caused us some issues, particularly from set pieces in the past, we managed to limit free kicks and corners around the box, which is probably what their sort of their big go-to is, and we managed to limit that well. We didn't give away. I felt we didn't give away any fouls in and around the box, which obviously helped our cause as well.
100%. I mean, again, we matched them all over. We didn't give away stupid free kicks. I mean, the referees let the game flow, by the way. I mean, that's. I know it's easy to say when you won, but that's as good a refereeing display I've seen all season.
It's quite interesting, because I felt the first penalty, or the first one that Thame went down, I felt that was more of a penalty than what the second one was.
Yeah, I think it's angles, because I thought the one he did give, I thought was a penalty. He's run straight through the back of him. But I agree with you. The one before that was.
The line said it was a penalty on Bondi. It was a far side area, and he couldn't give it in the first half. So.
Right.
But of course, what Bonnie did was wail his arms and squeal like a woman, didn't he?
Defending their attackers there, they've had to feed off scraps today because of how well we've played. So, yeah, they are a threat, especially when it's getting bombed into our box and from corners. But I felt we played that well. We played the majority of the game in their half, and they were just feeding off very little. And that's just a credit to our lads. And if we hadn't have got 3 points today, I'd have been gutted with that fact, I would have been driving home just how well we played. Because sometimes a performance like that is worth the admission fee on its own. The fact that we've won and got the 3 points is the bonus, but we've been in this at this club long enough. We've had some dreadful performances and won, and you drive home a little bit embarrassed. But today, you can drive home. That is best performance this year. Could argue, rack your brains, that's as good a performance for quite a few years. I said that at half time as well. Yeah. And my concern was, we go out second half, can we continue the energy levels, can we continue the quality on a heavy pitch? And yeah, I think second half was even better, but probably down to the fact we scored 3.
Excellent stuff, gents. Well, as I said at my full-time tweet, I felt that was a real marker for us today, and we go into next week's game against another side in and around us, well and Garden City, full of confidence. So let's hope we can continue that unbeaten start to the new year. Enjoy your evening, gents.
Thank you. Thanks, Lee.